Hi guys, my name is Dr. Sean Medlin with Clear Connections Chiropractic. I'm very excited today to introduce Kristin Vorce. She is not just a friend, but also a pediatric sleep optimization consultant.
Yes, certified sleep consultant.
Certified sleep consultant.
That's right.
Very cool. Well, she is an amazing resource to the community, and she has also been an amazing resource to me and my family. I'll share that story maybe a little bit, but let's go ahead and talk to the people at home a little bit who have never heard what a sleep consultant is or does.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for allowing me to be on here. I really appreciate it. A lot of people do not know that sleep consulting is a thing.
Yeah.
We all know that there are probably thousands of books available for baby sleep, different sleep styles, how to do it, what not to do. It can be very overwhelming for a parent. When I first got into this field and decided to become certified, it was because my son was not sleeping well and I was literally exhausted. Somebody told me about a sleep consultant that I hired, and it was a completely life-changing experience because a sleep consultant is someone who knows all about infant sleep and baby sleep through age 5 as my certification. And then we are able to learn all of the different methods and then condense them. So I have read all of the books, I have learned all of the techniques, I know all about your baby's sleep, and you can just come to me and have one point person instead of trying to sift through and sort through all of the countless resources that are available. And to a tired parent is a monumental task to even begin to what books to read, where to even start. So I'm a coach. I coach parents through how to optimize their baby's sleep.
Oh, that is phenomenal, because not only are you helping the baby, but you're helping the parents big time.
Yes, indeed. I help both. Yep.
Okay, so what are some of the common signs that a parent could benefit from a consultation from you?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is actually a really interesting question, because if there is a sleep issue to one family, that same issue in another family might not actually be an issue. For example, some parents, don't mind at all getting up multiple times a night to feed, and maybe do okay with a little bit less sleep than this family over here. So it really does sort of look different for everyone in terms of whether or not they want to move forward and get help. I would say that if you are completely exhausted, having trouble functioning, things like that, that is not normal. You don't have to live that way. And a lot of families think, and they've heard maybe, especially first-time parents, having a baby is exhausting, so this is all just sort of like par for the course. I kind of have to put up with this, which is true to an extent. I mean, a 3-week-old, say they don't have organized sleep yet and they are up all the time. That's very normal to be expected. But as a baby grows, you should begin to at least be seeing some solid chunks of sleep. So if your baby, and really should be able to have more of a consolidated nap, for example. But again, what's a problem for one may not be a problem for another. So I don't put you into a one-size-fits-all mold. If something is going on with your baby and you're fine with it, we don't necessarily need to change that. But catnapping, for example, frequent waking overnight, maybe your baby wants a bottle in the middle of the night or to nurse just for comfort, and you're going, not really sure that we need this bottle still, you're 11 months old, something like that. Those are all really common things that I see that parents reach out to me and say, I am so tired, my baby's been doing this for X amount of months, I'm ready for change.
That's really cool that you mentioned how it's customizable for each person, because that's what we noticed. Just 2 weeks ago, you did a consultation for us, and that's part of the reason you're one of our favorite people right now, because Jaden was waking up about every 4 hours, which is okay if he's an infant. You're kind of expecting that, but once you pass the year mark, you're like, all right, maybe something needs to change here. And with just a quick tip that wasn't invasive, it wasn't like, we don't want to just leave our son and that feels like torture, but so you customized the quick tip. Pretty much it was very, very painless, and now he's sleeping 10 to 12 hours through the night, which is fantastic.
Great.
So my next question is, just in general, what kind of maybe 1 or 2 tips that you could give a struggling parent or parental unit in order to move forward?
Sure. Well, one of the biggest tips I can give you is that even though sleep is a biological need, it is also learned. So sleep is biological, but how we sleep and what is necessary for us to get good sleep is actually a learned thing, sort of like potty training. I mean, going to the bathroom is biological, but how and when and where to go is learned. We have to teach our babies this. Sleep is the same thing. So a lot of parents, they start off in a certain way, and maybe in the back of their mind they just think that, oh, he likes to be rocked to sleep, or he needs to be nursed to sleep, and they don't realize that as you move forward, if those things aren't changed, or if the baby doesn't learn something different, the baby's just going to continue to need that, because that is what he has learned that he needs in order to go to sleep. So if you start thinking of sleep as more of a skill that we need to teach our baby, and not that's just going to magically happen, although there are babies, these magical babies out there that will just, you put them down and they fall asleep, and those do exist, but in general, we really do need to work on that. So I would say keep in your mind sleep is learned, because I think that helps parents to understand this is an active thing that I should be working on. Even from a young age, there are things we can do to start working on that. And I would say the second thing is that our culture tends to downplay sleep a little bit. Sleep is not prioritized in our culture very well, and even
you can't get
adults.
Things done when you're asleep.
I know, you cannot get things done when you're asleep. It's so true. And if we feel that way as the parents or as adults, we tend to filter that down to our kids. So I would say the second tip I can give you is to prioritize sleep. Although you may need to rework your life a little bit and be home at a certain hour, and that can be really hard, you will not regret prioritizing your baby's bedtime, nap time. Your baby will be so much happier and even-tempered, and you will, like I said, you will not regret it, and it's not forever. They eventually do sleep more like adults.
Yeah. Gotcha, very cool. So I guess the last thing is, how would people get in contact with you for either asking you questions or to schedule like a sleep consultation?
Sure. So you can get in touch with me. You can call me. Should I just give my number?
We'll put it on the page.
Okay.
So
and then I also have a website. It's wellrestedhome.com. You can go there. All of my packages are on there. But how I really like to start is just call me. It's completely free. Let's have a chat, 15-20 minutes. You can tell me about what it is that you're experiencing. It'll give me a good sense of where you're at, what needs you have, and then I send you a very detailed questionnaire that you then fill out. Let me know what your issues are. Maybe you've already tried some things, maybe you haven't tried anything yet. All helpful things for me to know about your routines, etc. And then from there, I write you that detailed, customized plan that Dr. Sean mentioned. And it actually does not stop there. I coach you for 2 to 3 weeks after that via phone or email, whatever your preferred method is, because as we all know, you can write something out. If it doesn't go as planned, what do I do now? So I'm here for you for that. But yeah, start by just calling me, and it sounds like my number is going to be on the website. Just give me a call, and let's just chat about it, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you very much for coming by, Kristin.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I think you're going to be an awesome resource for the community out there.
Thank you very much, and I'm so glad to hear that Jaden is sleeping so well.
Me too.
Yeah.